On this beautiful Sunday morning, we have some serious severe weather we got to be talking about, along with the chance of some hurricanes brewing in the Atlantic Ocean and lots of tropical activity over there on the west coast of the United States among the hot temperatures that we'll be receiving over the next few days. So let's jump into your 7-day forecast. First, we don't see a whole lot going off. No crazy storms, but over here there is a tropical storm that was a hurricane or close to hurricane before, and we also have this region right here, 70% chance of developing into something serious over within the next 7 days. So we got to be keeping a close eye on that. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But first, let's talk about severe weather. We have a very weird SPC outlook today. We have 3 slight risk and 3 marginal risks, encompassing anywhere from Idaho, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee. Our main area watches over there in between North Dakota, all the way down there into the panhandle of Texas. And that's where we're going to be most concerned about with severe weather. There's a 5% tornado risk encompassing that portion over there in North Dakota, along with a 15% wind threat up there, and also 15% wind threat over there in the Texas and Oklahoma panhandle. And then there's a 15% hail threat over here in Nebraska and Kansas, and the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. So basically we're seeing supercellular structured storms all the way from North Dakota down to Texas, but then the greatest tornado probability of that is going to be up here in North Dakota. So this is actually a pretty good day to chase because the hail does seem unlikely. Just to give you a little idea, so this basically compiles a whole bunch of models together and gives the average of all that. And so if we're looking at it, this is kind of like an SPC outlook, but instead of a human doing it, it's computers, and it's showing a 5% risk right there, exactly in line there with the SPC, and then a little tiny 2% chance over here in Nebraska. For today, we have lots of storms, supercellular structure storms, all the way in here in Nebraska, going all the way up into South Dakota and North Dakota. And then as they make their way, there is a little bit of a chance over here in this area for some strong supercellular type storms that can dump that wind and hail, but not really much of a tornado threat. Here is what another model will look like. So we have all these storms down there from Oklahoma to South Dakota, and then they will make their way across and produce some tornadoes and hail anywhere right in this region. And then down here in the panhandle, it is showing a line of smaller storms that encompass that area that could produce some wind and hail, and that's about it. So we got to be really paying close attention in this area for the chance of those tornadoes, because it does look like there's already a couple there on the ground while we're filming this video, and we will probably go live for that. So if we look at our GFS run, this can show us where that hurricane is going to be, and so it shows that right north of this disturbance, something tries to develop off the wave of Africa, and then it actually goes into quite an intense hurricane before it turns off well past Bermuda. This is the GEFS, which is basically a bunch of GFS models, and it compiles everything together. And they're all showing... They're not all showing the exact same thing, but most of them do have it turning out to see like ensemble number 5, 11, 15. But there is some ensemble numbers, like this one, number 13, that does show it actually getting really close to the U.S., but none of them actually show like a direct landfall. So it doesn't look like that this appears to be much of a threat to America, but if that ever does change, we'll be the first to let you know, like and subscribe. This is what our temperatures could look like throughout the day. So we can see today, there is some areas over there, 100 degrees, encompassing Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, all the way up into Iowa. And then over here tomorrow, which is Monday, we can see the same type of deal all the way encompassing Texas, Mississippi, Illinois, and even parts there in Minnesota, which is quite strange. And then the day after that, we're just seeing very high temperatures. And look over here on the 16th, which is Tuesday, we can see temperatures over there, same thing. So it's going to get really hot out and all the way into, this is the 18th, and it's showing we're finally getting a little bit of relief to our places like Kansas, Missouri, and Iowa. But after that, it does look like we might be seeing a little bit of a cool off as well. The Climate Prediction Center has issued the 6 through 10-day forecast to be much above average across almost the entire country. We do see places like here in the Northeast and this little area over encompassing Kansas, Nebraska, and a portion of Iowa could see below average temperatures. So right now it's going to be really hot, up to 100 in the Midwest and the plains, but that could possibly turn down as well. And then as we go to the end of September and in October, I do think that we can see temperatures and fall coming right around the corner, and we'll be the first to let you know. Hope you enjoyed this forecast. My name's Colin with Mesocapt Weather Association. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Please check out our sponsors.